Typically, I don't respond to drama videos or drama threads over on Reddit. I prefer to focus my attention on the studios, and more than that, the games that the studios are mishandling. I also don't typically do videos on topics that could have and honestly should have been handled through DMs. But when I get called out for misinformation, when I get called out for supposedly attacking and disrespecting other content creators, I feel this innate need to respond, to clear things up, and that is what we're here today to do. I've been playing a lot of Tower Fantasy over the last week. I've invested almost 30 hours into the game thus far, clearing every single thing I could in Domain 9 3.0, the most recent patch, because I want to take the time to do a more concise, deeper dive into everything that I've discussed in the past, and then everything that I have experienced over the course of the last week. And while I'm sure you've all seen the Asmongold reaction video, which a lot of people found very amusing, I do want to note that I feel like it is personally unnecessary to go into his videos and start spamming him, bashing on him, hating him. Yes, he did a video where he called me out. Yes, he did a video where he insulted me. Yes, he did a video where he attacked me. But at the end of the day, that is his opinion. That is his prerogative. He has every right to say whatever he wants in his own space. Twitch and YouTube are platforms where you can speak your mind unfiltered. But if you call me out for spreading misinformation, make sure you're not spreading misinformation yourself.
Reported and made content on Tower Fantasy back in the day and then disappeared, and then 3.0 comes and it launches and he gets back on and he does this really half-assed kind of stream. I'm lurking in the stream.
I did do a half-assed kind of stream. It was the first day back in the game in about 8 or 9 months. I didn't remember my rotation. I didn't remember what characters or weapons I had equipped. I was trying to get the feel for everything again so I could push into 3.0, push into 2.0 and clear content.
For instance, he's level 32, doesn't even have all of his armor on, is still in 1.0, not even caught up to 3.0 yet, plays and then just uploads a video just shitting all over the game. And that upset a lot of Tower Fantasy community.
So the video he's talking about is Tower Fantasy's Last Chance, where I reacted to the 3.0 trailer, and then I expressed that I believed 3.0 was the last chance Tower Fantasy had to succeed, because I didn't think there would be a 4.0 if it continued to decline further than it already has. Then Asmongold did a reaction video to my video, and this is where I'm assuming he saw level 32. So this was me reacting to Asmongold reacting to me, where I agreed with a lot of what was said. Now, yeah, I may have titled it The Real Reason Why Tower Fantasy is Failing. It's a very clickbait title. Clickbait is part of the YouTube game, but in the video, we address numerous different reasons why Tower Fantasy might have been failing.
Because one, a video like that is not good for us. It's gonna harm our community.
But it's also just my opinion, and I feel like I should be allowed to express that opinion in video form.
And two, it looks like you literally got on, streamed, and wanted to make that bait video just to get some clicks.
No, I got on, I streamed, and then I streamed the next day, and then I streamed every day that week. I made that video because I'd received that email the day I made that video.
That's not okay. And that's strike one. And then, not even that, a couple days later, I'm lurking in your stream, and then you start talking bad about VTubers and how women only VTube because they don't want to wear makeup. And
that is called a joke and was taken way out of context. What I said was, the reason people do VTubing is because they don't want to wear makeup and they don't want to wear pants. That entire thing was a joke. We were joking before that. We were joking after that. That was a joke. With a VTuber avatar, you're not required to wear anything. You can be completely nude. Thus the joke.
And that they all sound the same. And when people send you clips of VTubers, you just blow it off like, oh, just another VTuber.
I said that someone sent me several clips of several different VTubers who all sounded the same.
That's fine. Just keep your opinions to yourself, okay?
But at the same time, nobody else is keeping their opinions to themselves. Yourself included.
You don't know what people deal with. You don't know why anybody decides to use a V2 model instead of their own face, okay, to make. That's strike 2. Hardworking content, strike 3, because this you're just attacking hardworking content creators who love Tower of Fantasy, who want to provide content for the community to keep the community active and alive. Not
nowhere in here did I attack other content creators. I just want to note that before he goes any further.
Harm it and shit all over people because you have nothing better to do. There's this Reddit post. It says, I dislike my YouTube feed for Toph. It's filled with a content creator that starts with the letter, and I enjoy the gameplay, and I enjoy the characters, and all these things that you decided to shit on the other day in your video.
And once again, it is just a personal opinion, subjective, entirely subjective. You just said that you love all those characters. I did not. Other people do not. And there is nothing wrong with sharing that subjective opinion. I'm not telling you that you can't like those character models. What I'm saying is, I don't need to.
So I'm gonna play this clip. This is like why the ignorance?
2.0 right now. I feel like bad for content creators like Koro, Chaos Prime, Meigi, Chico, Amika. Dude, this sounds like a whole list of like, you know, people that you'd find on the curb late at night when you're out around downtown looking for a little something extra.
What does that even mean?
I mean, I don't have to spell this out. I know you know exactly what it means. You can buy views from YouTube.
And then you got people in his chat, all no names. Who cares?
You have people in his chat, all no names. So you're complaining that I'm attacking and I'm disrespecting other people, and then you go and call everyone in the chat no names. That is the exact same kind of hypocritical disrespect that you're claiming I am exhibiting.
How many views, how many subs they have? They're putting out content for a game that they care about. Just fuck off. Go harass another community.
Is talking truths about something harassment? Honestly, giving my opinion based off of statistics that are made publicly available online by numerous different sources is not harassment.
We don't want you here if you're gonna be toxic, because you're not helping the game. You're baiting for clicks, but you're disrespecting people.
I'm not disrespecting anyone. What I said about the names, the usernames, was a joke. My username Stix spawned from an event that took place in Shadow Moon Valley, the garrison that we had in Warlords of Draenor in World of Warcraft. My sister at the time, Wiggy, and I were sitting in our garrison, and she decided on the name Wiggy, and she asked me what name I was going to choose when we started the MMO Byte channel. I saw that there was a rock and a stick next to it, and I said, I'm gonna go with Stix. She said, that is a dumb name. And I said, well, too bad. I didn't put any additional thought into it. And to this day, people still laugh at the name. I laugh at the name. People online, the Tower Fantasy community, they labeled me MMO Bait. I thought that was a hilarious name. I thought it was so funny. I went and changed probably about 8 months ago my profile on Twitter to The Masturbator, because they're making fun of my YouTube username. They're more than welcome to make fun of my YouTube username. That's not a big deal. That's not an issue. I can laugh at someone's username. People say that I use too much booba in my thumbnails, so I included the King of Degenerates. I have no issue with people laughing or finding amusement in my name, in content. I'm not lashing out at these people. I'm just laughing at something I saw. It is completely harmless. This was blown entirely out of context. Nowhere was anyone insulted. Nowhere was anyone disrespected.
For no reason. It's fucking cringe.
Preceding the first video was this follow-up second video titled Update on MMO Byte Drama. This video was mostly centered on a DM that Mrs. Stix sent the creator in question in private to apologize and to attempt to clear up a few things. Now, she did make a mistake in the DM where she went on to say that she was apologizing for raiding into the community a few days ago. She did this downstairs on her phone. It's a very lengthy paragraph. She made a typo. What she meant was a few months ago. She sent this message to, in essence, let him know that we weren't going to raid him again, that we were going to completely distance ourselves from him.
I was asked to bring some information to light, which I got from Miss Stix instead of Mr. Stix himself.
The reason I didn't send a message here was because I didn't feel obligated to. I didn't feel like I needed to. I made a joke, and the joke, or numerous jokes, were taken completely out of context. This happens in streams all the time. This happens on YouTube all the time.
So we're going to go through the message. We're going to go through what he had to say and the real reason behind these videos of mine. I figured I'd be the one to message, stop there and clarify that. What I do care about is how he treats friends of mine.
I have never interacted with a single friend of his. I have never interacted with any of the people from the previous video.
Content creators and the community of TOF.
I have never insulted or disrespected or attacked any, or even done a dedicated video on any of the Tower Fantasy content creators, with the one single exception being Game Gaki. Now, I will note here, I was searching for a video on screen a few days ago. I went back to a video I did where I had linked to Game Gaki's original video, which was a censored 3.0 Tower Fantasy trailer. And in the video, I speculated that due to the negative comments he got in his video as a direct result of me linking to his video, and the negative comments that I received in my personal video, that he had taken down his video because he was being bombarded with hate. At the time, that was my opinion. That is what I thought had happened. I was DM'd earlier today claiming another Tower Fantasy content creator, Gate00, talked with Game Gaki about this, and Game Gaki told him the reason that he deleted the video was because he was made aware that it was censored and that the original video was not censored. The video he downloaded was from the official Baidu version of the game, I believe. Thus, I was a little bit overzealous with that comment. I agree. I'm more than happy to admit if or when I'm wrong. Did he delete the video? Yes. Why did he delete the video? Because there were various different comments left that were telling him the video was censored. Some of them were angry. I can't prove this now because the video itself was deleted, but that is the only singular instance where I have ever said anything about anyone, that any Tower Fantasy content creator.
Okay. That's what we don't like. Firstly, the point of this DM is to apologize for raiding into your community a few days ago. Had we known you didn't want it, we wouldn't have intruded on your space. First of all, anybody's more than welcome to come hang out. I've never stopped anybody from wanting to come hang out, but I've never been raided by you. And I don't know where this came from.
So where that came from was we actually raided him 3 months ago. Yes, she said 3 days ago. That was a typo. She meant 3 months ago. This was addressed in the comment section where Tony goes on to state, I found the raid from April. So yes, we raided him. Yes, he didn't see it. He probably didn't scroll up far enough to see it. Looks like he scrolled up a month. Maybe he scrolls up more than a month and he doesn't see our raid. That's perfectly fine. I completely understand that. But to clear things up, we did in fact raid him.
I don't think I've ever been raided by you. So don't know where that came from. Anyways, nextly, his off-the-cuff comment was in regards to just the names. He finds names funny and comments on names a lot, including IRL ones. Well, Mr. Stix, it's glad to know that you're a dick IRL as well.
I can't be the only one that hears a funny name and laughs at it. I get not everyone has the same sense of humor, but it is nevertheless just my sense of humor. Some people might perceive that as me being a dick, sure. But at the end of the day, I'm not hating on you for having a different sense of humor, and you shouldn't hate on someone else for laughing because they found the name funny.
That's great. If you're worried of his opinion of VTubers, I'm actually becoming one because I'm very shy and he supports this, and he stated VTubing would be great for you. I commend you for that. I think,
and I did. I know various different VTubers, all wonderful people. I've encouraged Mrs. Stix to also do VTubing because it would be very easy for her to get in front of the camera that way. She doesn't really like being on cam because people make very weird remarks. They come into chat and start saying, you're so hot, you're so sexy, show me your feet, stand up. It's disgusting. So being a VTuber kind of eliminates a lot of that aspect. And I think that it'd be great for her because she's also a lot shyer than I am. I'm much more outgoing.
I think it would be great for you as well, especially if you're shy. I think that would be VTubing changed my life. Here are his real opinions on VTubers.
Shy Lily is a VTuber? Oh, well, there you go. I know absolutely nothing about VTubers. I've never watched a VTuber in my life.
But yet you followed me until recently.
I mean, I followed you, yeah, because we rated you. As was noted, Mrs. Stix was the one that rated you. She was the one that watched you. I don't watch VTubers. People for longer than a few seconds anyway. Like, I'll periodically stop in, be like, hey, but typically that's about as much interaction as I have with VTubers. Now, I talk to VTubers on Discord, but I don't watch them. Sent me VTuber like clips, and they're always like, haha, look at what this VTuber said. And I look at it and they're like, hey, look. Oh, I don't look at it. Sorry, I play like 2 seconds of the clip. And they're like, now look at this VTuber clip, a completely different VTuber. I play like a second or two and I'm like, they sound exactly the same. And that's because, again, this was literally a joke. You could hear me laughing. You could see me smiling. It was a joke. I got sent a few different DMs, or I got DM'd a few different links, a few different videos. I clicked them. They all sounded the same to me. How can you differentiate other than visually between like the 7 different VTubers you sent me messages of?
Maybe if you took the chance to educate yourself on VTubers, you would know that every VTuber brings a different personality to the table.
But every single human being brings a different personality to the table. It's not exclusive to VTubers.
That's how it's different.
But they if they sound the same, it doesn't matter. No amount of education is going to allow for me to verbally discern the differences between several people that all have similar voices, similar tones, and similar pitches. And that is what happened. They all have the same squeaky, high-pitched voice, anime girl voice.
Wow.
Mrs. Stix can become a VTuber, though, if she wants to.
I agree. I think that'd be great for
Save
you.
her having to put on makeup for stream.
Ooh.
You know that's why they do it though, right, chap? That's why VTubers are VTubers. It's so they don't have to put on makeup. That's the sole reason behind being a VTuber. And just, as should be evident, this is a joke. And the reason why males become VTubers is because they don't want to have to put on pants. See, I cannot and should not have to preface a joke with the fact that it is in fact a joke. We were laughing and messing around prior to this event, and we were laughing and messing around preceding this event. This was a joke and blown out of proportion and out of context. Because you can't go through like a 6-hour stream without needing to go take a piss. So being a VTuber just solves that problem. Because if you need to go pee and you're not wearing pants as a VTuber, you can just get out and walk out. It doesn't matter. If you are sitting here like I am and not wearing pants, you can't get up to go pee.
First of all, educated and ignorant conversation. First of all, you have no idea why somebody decided to be a VTuber.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. But again, this was a joke.
I, however, will tell you my story. Roll not just because they don't want to put on makeup. And no, so educate yourself.
I don't need to educate myself on VTubers. VTubers are the same as everyone else. Yes, they use a digital avatar, but they're no different to me, no different to Mrs. Stix, no different to Asmongold or XQC or Pokimane. There's nothing to educate myself on. It was a joke about presenting yourself in front of a camera and being able to look and dress how you want without criticism from other people.
Before making yourself look stupid and just saying ignorant things.
It's a joke. That's it.
Okay? We will also, as you stated, not fuck off from playing a game and covering it. Play whatever game you want. Matter of fact, we would love for you to play Tower Fantasy.
I have been covering and playing Tower Fantasy, but I want to note here real quick something that was said that very strongly contradicts what was said just there.
Just fuck off. Go harass another community. Play whatever game you want. Matter of fact, we would love for you to play Tower Fantasy.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but that seems a little bit contradictory and a little bit hypocritical to claim that we should play Tower Fantasy and in your previous video tell me that I'm not welcome and to fuck off.
The more the merrier. What we don't want is people coming into our community and disrespecting our content creators.
I have never disrespected a content creator.
Just because they have less subs than you.
I wasn't talking about them or making fun of them for having less subscribers than me either. I commented that they had a funny name, a funny YouTube username. That was it.
They work just as hard as anybody else to provide positive content.
I'm going to be honest, they probably work much harder than I do. I never contested that or alluded to otherwise.
For the community to keep us well informed. We would love to see you do that too. We don't care if you bring to light issues that need to be worked on, but show some positives.
I have shown positives. I actually genuinely have shown positives. 3 days ago, I did a video on Tower of Fantasy's Yulan trailer where I discussed how absolutely incredible not only she looked, but the trailer looked as well. 3 months ago, I did a video on the Chinese trailer, reveal trailer for 3.0, where I discussed how good the update looked. 5 months ago, I did a video on how absolutely incredible patch 2.4, the underwater zone, looked. This looks crazy. I have done numerous positive videos on the game. I have done more negative. There's no contesting that opinion, but the reason I've done more negative is because, unfortunately, there is more negative than there is positive to discuss with regards to the game.
Stop clickbaiting, okay?
Clickbaiting is part of YouTube. That's just how it is. I'm sorry. I mean, your videos are MMO Byte needs to stop in all caps, followed by an update on the MMO Byte drama. That is also clickbait. You're clickbaiting as well. And that is fine. Clickbaiting is part of YouTube. There's nothing wrong with clickbait.
Now, back to what the disrespect to our content creators. Brian, throw that clip in, okay? One from yesterday? Yeah, roll it.
Point it right now. This is just me laughing at extra YouTube usernames again.
Asmin is
as a joke.
As well. Like, completely lost. You can tell by the way you play that you don't play this game.
I don't play the game. I haven't played it in about 8 or 9 months. That's why I came back for. That's why I've streamed it for roughly and played it for roughly 30 hours this week. So I could do a more dedicated, more accurate video on it.
So you come in and make these videos shitting on the game that you don't even play. We unfortunately got bombarded by hateful folks from the community like we never have by any other community on these videos covering the flaws of this game. They even sought me out and bullied me in game, and I don't even do videos. And no, we didn't cover it as it happened in solo too, and it just made it worse for me.
So what she means by that is, with Swords of Legends Online, there were people that were griefing her, preventing her from successfully completing raids, because I did a video on the game that didn't align with their narrative of it. So they griefed her as often as they could. I then did a video addressing the griefing that was going on. I called out the community as being toxic because that is what was happening. There are other content creators that were there at the time that can verify that these events were going on. And so we learned a valuable lesson. Don't do a video covering hater drama that is directed at you via the community in a game.
So yes, that does become our opinion of the community because this is all we get to see, even when I tried changing my name to hide. As you could probably tell in the comments on your video, they like to suggest we should get ganged up on, etc., etc., and violence is usually suggested and the toxicity circle is complete.
Now, this isn't just exclusive to Tower Fantasy, though, as you guys no doubt saw, or you can see if you go ahead and look at either of his videos. While yes, there are toxic comments from the Tower Fantasy community, there is also toxic comments directed at him. I have a lot of toxic comments that are directed at me all the time. I am more than fine with that. It doesn't bother me, but that doesn't mean that they're not there, and that doesn't mean that this doesn't happen.
There's no violence suggested. What's suggested is for people to stand up.
And I will note here, he said there is no violence suggested. During a stream from Gate00, who is once again another Tower Fantasy streamer, Mrs. Stix was gifted a sub where at the time she saw comments like, I don't know, it's just me, but telling him to fuck off and he's cringe felt nice, but I want to punch his face still. That is more than fine. You are welcome to have that opinion, but in what world is that not violence? That is what was being said as Mrs. Stix was being memed and being directed specifically to his stream, not Tony's Gate00's. Another thing that doesn't really line up with me is that he does go on to state that he doesn't hate me, but in that same stream, just slightly earlier, he went on to state that he does in fact hate me. You're more than welcome to hate me. That is perfectly fine. But at the same time, own it. I own that I do more negative videos on Tower Fantasy than I do on any other gacha game. Tower Fantasy is a game that is in a regular cycle for me, but that is not the only game that I have in a regular cycle. I do a lot of Punishing Grey Raven videos. I do a lot of Blue Archive videos. I did a lot of Nikkei videos. And yeah, I do a lot of Tower Fantasy videos, but that's just because it's one of the games that do better on my channel. So is Blue Archive, so is Punishing Grey Raven. These are games that you want to actively do videos on because they're the kinds of videos, they're the games that people want to watch, and you need to do videos that cater to your audience and what your audience is interested in watching.
And not let you bully our community and our content creators. And there's nothing wrong with calling somebody out.
I completely agree. But once again, there's a difference between calling someone out for insulting or disrespecting someone and then just someone laughing at a YouTube username or making a joke about being able to present yourself however you want in front of your cam because it's not turned on and they can't see your face.
So go look at the comments yourself. In regards to your Blue Protocol Reddit comment, he actually barely touches it and it's run by the Blue Protocol loving community.
Which is true. I have it up right here. We have various different moderators. Of course, one is me. I made this Blue Protocol subreddit a long time ago because I have a passion for Blue Protocol and anime MMOs in general. It is also co-run by Commander A's. Commander A's is actually the main moderator over on the New World subreddit. The reason he is also a co-owner of the Blue Protocol subreddit is to keep me in line, to make sure I don't do anything that is unprofessional. This is my first time running a subreddit, or a subreddit that has a lot of active users.
It's in the rules on what can be posted and how often to keep the Reddit from being a huge self-promotion line of topics like the other one. He adheres to this too and doesn't post his videos since he made this rules years ago and leaves it for other content creators to post.
And that is 100% true. Over here, and as you can see, actually, she linked an image showcasing the rules. The rules state, for self-promotion, these rules were agreed on by both Commander Ace and myself. We understand all content creators and influencers want views for their videos. However, the sub is not a link dump. Any self-promotion that does not follow the below rule will be removed with a warning issued and a ban following if the warning is not adhered to. Self-promotional videos are limited to 1 thread per 10 community posts, which means you need to be an active part of the community if you want to promote your own videos. And there's nothing wrong with having that rule. It prevents people from coming in, making one post, and then saying, here's a video I did on the game. Your video will then be removed and a warning issued if you violate that rule.
We find him deleting other content creator posts.
That is true. I have deleted other content creator videos. There have been a lot of other content creator videos deleted on the subreddit. The reason for that is because a lot of people don't read the self-promotional rule. The self-promotion or rules with regards to self-promotion are common on every single subreddit.
I mean, he did it to Gaudio like a year ago.
I've done it to numerous people
on the internet. Go check out the VOD from
Stix. This guy, he's the sole moderator of the subreddit.
That's because there was no point in keeping additional moderators on a dead subreddit after I redirected everyone over to the other Tower Fantasy subreddit, because the other subreddit had a community manager directly from Level Infinite associated with it. I felt like there was no point in me keeping my own anymore. There was no point in attempting to fracture the two different subreddit communities.
So he personally removed my PV post way back over a year ago
for self-promotion,
and then he basically like blah 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 all this shit. I've said this multiple times.
What I believe was posted was his English subtitled version of an already existing Chinese trailer for the game. Correct me if I'm wrong. I made sure to state that this was not a link dump. This is a rule that I like to reinforce. It is a rule that I like to encourage activity in communities. I do not believe that they should be overrun with links to people's videos, because that brings down the quality of the subreddit.
Basically like, well, this guy tried to gatekeep me last year.
There's no gatekeeping that happened. I did not want the subreddit to become a link dump. That's what people were attempting to do. He was just another person that posted a video, numerous videos at the time, that were all removed. If a link was posted directly to the official video on Bilibili or Baidu or whatever, it would have been left up.
Anyways, we realize you're past the point of talking based on your anger we heard in your voice and telling us to fuck off, but wanted to at least address a couple things and apologize to you. Well, I appreciate the apology, but it's whatever at this point. We wish you luck in your streaming videos and life. I'll sign on to Twitch tomorrow and remove the follow I dropped for your cute whale so we don't actually raid again. Once again, I have never, ever, ever.
We've already covered that.
Me, and that may or may not be wearing pants at the moment. He disrespects our content creators, saying that we're making the wrong videos and that people only want to see hate videos and they like the drama.
And that is because it is true. People objectively prefer to watch negative videos over positive videos. It's the unfortunate truth, but people want to know the bad that is happening with the game rather than the good that is happening with the game. There has been a very large exodus of players from Tower Fantasy. All these players want to know, they want to have their departure reinforced by negative videos and then flock to videos that discuss the negative aspects of the game. Case in point, and no, I'm not attacking your views. I'm showing actual statistics. Your positive videos on various different games have gotten 30, 90, 40, 100, yet your 2 drama, angry, negative videos have gotten thousands of views. This is actual evidence supporting exactly what I'm saying.
So let's see what he has to say.
It feels so sad that there are very few Tower Fantasy YouTube content creators. I wonder why that is. And most of them are very low. And that, as you could tell by my facial expression, I was joking at the fact that there is a very low population in the game. While it was a joke, It's also true. Views, like 100 to 500 views. Not even 1,000 views, most of them. I feel very sad for them because they trying to do something yet not so appreciated by Tower Fantasy community. Meanwhile, our Doom poster Stix gets all the views. Yeah, look at this. I do. I get all the views. Yeah. I mean, this is not a lot of views. 7, 4, 8, 11. This is me mocking myself. I'm making fun of the fact that on average the views are at 10, maybe 20k. Let me open up Tower Fantasy real quick. All right, 12,000, 13, 25, 20, 15, 13, 50, 30. Here I go to elaborate on the views that my Tower Fantasy videos get, which are admittedly, arguably pretty average for the channel with the exception of a few. 13, 10, 25, 50, 76, 20, 65, 25, 90, 25, 40. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. Stix gets all the views, which discourages the hard work of these content creators. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It should not discourage you from doing the content you want to do. Yes, my Tower Fantasy videos might get more views than the other content creators listed in the previous Reddit thread that was listed, but that is purely because more people want to see the negative than they do the positive. Once again, reiterating that point.
So it does take away, and it does discourage content creators because we got people like you who only cover this.
If I did not cover the negative aspects of the game, these content creators would be getting the same views. I'm not taking away views from the other content creators. If I did positive videos, then the other content creators would get the same views. It doesn't matter whether I'm talking positive or negative, the other content creators are going to receive the same views if they continue to do the same kind of content they're getting, which is netting them 100 to 500 views.
Negativeness of the game and what's so wrong with this game and why this game is dying and this is the last chance for Tough to do something. 3.0 is huge. And if they fail, it's all over and it's fucking end of service. When in reality, you're discouraging people who may even potentially want to get into the game because they see a video like yours instead of a video of the new character coming out and the best way to build them, what constellations to pull, etc., etc. So next time you report on a video, instead of doom posting it like you do all the time, why don't you include some of the things that improved from the beginning?
That is why I have invested over 30 hours into the game, so I can discuss the positives and the negatives both.
To now. Oh wait, I'm sorry. You haven't even got to endgame.
I mean, yeah, I'm level 65, I've cleared all the story, I've explored all the zone, and I'm pushing as far as I possibly can before doing a video. But I shouldn't need to get to endgame and do the max level content to say X feature sucks or X feature is good.
And by the way, we all know that an MMO is all about endgame and the path to endgame and all of that's
and the path to endgame, which is where I am currently. I'm pushing towards it.
Improved. There is negativeness, but
it has improved. I will completely agree with that. 3.0 is very different to 1.0 and 2.0. I've played through 2/3 of 2.0 and all of 3.0 thus far. 3.0 is a noticeable improvement, but at the end of the day, this is just your opinion, just like my opinion.
There's a lot more positiveness and a lot of changes that help not only new players, low spenders, free-to-plays, and whales. And the best part of Tower Fantasy is the community. And the problem we have is you coming into it and destroying people's, like, just hard work.
I haven't destroyed a single person's hard work. I'm sorry, but that's just a very bold statement to make. I haven't affected anyone's hard work. They can work as hard as they want to. I have no impact on how much effort and someone puts into their videos.
Talk bad about these content creators you don't even know.
I haven't talked bad about any of the content creators. I laughed at a YouTube username.
Just because several. What? You're bigger than them?
I never said that I'm bigger than them. I never attempted to make fun of them or attack them because I was bigger than them. That was never stated anywhere or even alluded to.
Use your community to do something good for the game.
I use my community to do good for games where games warrant good to be done. To discourage other people from making content, just make the same content.
Oh, yeah, let's all doom post. Everybody, listen, guys, if you guys want to make it on YouTube right now, start a channel and start doom posting why Ashes of Creation is going to fail. Why
there are people that do that already.
Protocol is going to fail.
That has already been done too.
Why Riot's MMO is gonna fail? That's how we do it, boys. Forget the hot tub streams. Make the Doom post videos.
He is claiming that I am inhibiting the growth and success of other people, and I'm giving them a solution here. If you want more views, and this is completely unrelated to me, do the kinds of videos that the viewers want to watch. Unfortunately, those are negative videos. Tower of Fantasy dying. Why Tower of Fantasy failed? Why Genshin won? Why did Tower of Fantasy die? How? See, these are videos that prove my point. All these people doing negative videos on the game are getting a lot of views. Tower of Fantasy died.
A year ago,
Tower
2 months
Fantasy,
ago, 5 months ago.
Keep up. Literally, like there are so many videos like
From
this
months
game
ago.
is dead. Yeah, they're from months ago because they get a lot of views and therefore rank. This game
5
is
months,
dying,
1 month,
right?
7 months.
And they all get views.
Yeah.
The reason why these people are getting 100 views is because they're making the wrong kind of videos.
Wow.
That's it. Make videos people that is the point. That is 100% true. If they were making the right videos, they would be getting tens of thousands of views. People want to watch.
Wow.
At the end of the day, people want to know that the game isn't doing as well as people are making it out to be. At the end of the day, people want all that juicy drama. People want to know all the shit that's happening with. They do. They want all the juicy drama, as is evidenced by the fact that you have 2 videos now that have gotten 100 times the views of your normal videos. The game. More people want a game to fail than there are people that want a game to succeed. That is the sad, disgusting truth.
You, sir, are a complete jackass.
See, that is attacking a content creator. That is something I did not do.
You, sir, don't give a shit about the gaming communities. No, you want.
That is also completely speculation. I have done numerous videos on numerous different gacha games and MMOs, encouraging people to play them and talking about nothing but positives.
Want is your clicks and the money from the clicks.
All I want are views. I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanting views from a video. I'm assuming that a large number of YouTubers also want views for their videos. That's not an egregious want or claim to make.
So, when I say fuck off, I mean leave the community alone. Stop disrespecting our content creators.
Which I never did.
And stop taking away from the hard work that they put in.
I never have.
You, sir, are just a real jackass. Fuck off. All right, everyone.
Hopefully that clears up all of the misconceptions. Once again, he is more than entitled to his own opinion. I wanted to clear up everything I possibly could, though, because I feel like I am being displayed in a disingenuous light here, and that so is Mrs. Stix's DM that she sent privately. I think that it's unfair to lash out at someone for having a different opinion. I know there are a lot of people that are now attacking him because they say the game sucks, or they say that his opinion is... You can read the comments yourself. I'm not condoning that kind of behavior. I do not think that we should be spreading that kind of toxicity. I think that our strong opinions should be directed at the studios and the games to improve the game. I don't think we should be attacking other content creators. I don't attack other creators. I don't condone attacking other creators. As I was encoding this, I figured it's probably worth noting that this is the one singular time that I will address any of this, because I think it is kind of absurd. It was a topic that was blown way out of context, way out of proportion. People make dumb jokes all the time, and while I have no doubt there are going to be some people that try digging around for additional means with which to go ahead and cancel me, like the reasoning behind why I created the Blue Protocol subreddit, the fact that 6 years ago my sister promoted some real money trading thing without my knowledge, and various other weird tinfoil hat theories. I genuinely do not care. I just needed to clear up these inconsistencies now. I genuinely do not have an issue with any of you. I think you're all more than entitled to your own opinion. I wholeheartedly wish you, Gate 00, all your other Tower of Fantasy friends, all the success you can get. And if anyone did in fact take offense to that joke, and I know there are some people that no doubt did, I am also genuinely sorry. I didn't mean to offend anyone. When I said what I did, I was laughing. It was a joke to me in my head. Evidently, some of the community also thinks it's a joke, or also thought it was a joke and also found it funny. But that doesn't mean everyone did, and that doesn't mean everyone does.